So stress versus stressor, an incredible conversation that I had over the weekend with a surgeon. And I thought, my goodness, if he doesn't know, I need to get this message out more. I need to tell people more about this whole concept of stressor versus stresses. We were at a kid's birthday party. He kind of saddled up to me. One of the first people in a very, very long time, as I was picking up quiches to put in my mouth, he asked me what it is that I did. And I explained I do stress management for teams that are both work from home or within the office place. And he was quite excited. He was like, yeah, we get quite a lot of stuff within the hospital that is posted on the notice board, look after your stress levels, blah, 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 blah. And I said to him, well, you know, being a surgeon then, you're a doctor, you know about the power of the parasympathetic nervous system, and you know about the whole stressor versus stresses thing. And I saw this kind of blank glazed look and kind of left it at that because it was a kid's party. And then subsequent few days I've had similar conversations with other people with regard to the stressors versus stresses. And the stress is, that's, you know, the juices, the stress juices within our system, that's where the kind of our gold lies. Because the stressors are the external things like our emails that need to be answered, meetings that we need to attend, Zoom calls that we need to look okay for, all those external stressors that cause, for some of us, an internal stress response. Now, sadly, our internal stress response is still decades and decades away of where we're living in the 21st century. So external stressor kind of replaced by things that are now mechanical and technological, it still creates the internal stress response. So like with our surgeon, he may have finished his shift, done all his amazing surgeries, helped the people that needed the help the most. So the external stressors have been removed. He's not in the theater, but the internal stress response is still there. And the internal stress response is still kind of doing its daily thing. And that's where this beautiful concept of closing the daily stress response cycle is amazing, and where I see fantastic results for all of my clients that actually get themselves into a great habit of closing the daily stress response cycle. So you get the external stressor that gives you internal stress response on certain things, and for certain people it will be different things. And it's our duty as, you know, purveyors of these beautiful bodies that we have to close the daily stress response cycle so that we have capacity to do what we need to do the next day. So I'm trust that's given you a little bit of insight with regard to stressors versus stresses. Sometimes with the stresses, we actually don't even know how deeply entrenched we are and how much stress juice is soaking our body, is bathed in our body. And when we actually stop to kind of pause, do we realize how much stress inside of our body? The stress response is the chemical of stresses that are floating around. So don't be like the doctor who thinks, oh, well, I've done my day's shift, my stressors are gone now, so therefore I don't have any stress anymore. The internal stress response is still there. So if you'd like some assistance with how to close that internal stress response cycle, closing the daily stress loop, leave me a comment down below. Have a super day, and remember, stressors versus stresses, you know, which one do we need to close the most off on? And it's probably a lot to do with the internal stress response. Have a great day.